Hi everyone, Cheryl Arkle.
Jane Tara.
Welcome to What Are You Reading?
Yay, look, balloons.
It's a special What Are You Reading? Balloons, champagne. Welcome to What Are You Reading? Now you all know how this works. However, it's going to be a little bit different this week because we're talking about the top 100. Da-da!
Ta-da! Drum roll. There we go.
Drum roll. Oh, sorry. There we go. I covered your face. Top 100. Here we go. Now, listen, this is the actual poster, right? Yeah. Welcome, everybody. We're drinking. We're
celebrating.
Now, if you want to get yourself a drink, you can get yourself a virtual drink or a real drink. You can have coffee and tea. Yeah. You can have whatever you like. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Nicole, Natalie, Tracy. This is a special What Are You Reading episode. It is dedicated to the top 100.
Yep.
So I guess you all know what number one is. Should we start? No, firstly, before we start talking about number one, we're going to talk about, did we get that media release with all the talking points? No, we didn't. That's all right.
I think I know them.
You can remember them? Okay, great. Yeah. All right. So the reason why we have balloons around us, behind us, and the reason why we've got the poster, and the reason why we've got this covering Jane's face
is because you don't want to see my face.
Is because we're talking about the top 100.
So I can sip behind the poster.
Yes, and we're drinking champagne, so we're celebrating because you know this is number 7. Of the top 100. So we started this 7 years ago. A lot of you will know that because you've been following us, you've been talking about it. Do you know over 6,000 people vote? Yeah. And you can, by voting, you can go into the draw to win all 100 books, and 7 people. We announced those last week. So they've been announced on our Facebook page and in the newsletter that went out last Wednesday. Nicole, I have dried off, thank you. Nicole was obviously watching us on Insta. And I happened to spill the glass of champagne.
That's okay because it'll go viral.
Yes. I will say this to everybody because I know that you guys will appreciate this. My top is wet and my skirt is wet, but we're not going to complain about that.
But with champagne, it's fine.
With champagne, it's fine. Yeah. I mean, it will dry off as the day goes on. Anyway, listen, so that's really good. And we're going to talk about those in a minute. But before we do, we're also celebrating week 1 in the Australian.
Just do it.
I know.
Seriously, there's not enough room. Just cut me off and I'll sip my champagne behind the newspaper.
Champagne. Hey, did anyone see this? Let me know if you saw it. If you get the Weekend Australian, we are in it every week now, right? Yeah. So that's us. It's 8 books. It's called Notable Books. Yeah. And it's by Cheryl Arkle. Yeah. And we work every week very, very hard to get this into the Weekend Australian. So make sure you grab a copy.
And grab it because some of the books are not books that we're mentioning here
either. That's right.
So we're sort of mixing it up a little bit. Some really great titles that aren't sort of coming through the office but that we've found elsewhere. More book recommendations in the Australian. And what a nice way to start the weekend, to sit down with the newspaper and a cuppa.
Yeah. So drum roll, you know that Where the Crawdads Sing was number 1, right? You know that my favourite book of all time, number 2, is To Kill a Mockingbird. Do you know what was really wonderful about the top 100 is 64 of the 100 books were female? 65.
So, 65 were female and 60% were Australian authors. That's strong numbers, Cheryl. Yeah, that's really strong. It really tells us, like, this is, your list. Everyone who's watching now.
And hopefully you all voted.
You voted. You got in, voted for this. It's come out. We know what you like to read. And it really shows us that you love female authors and you love Australian authors. Yeah. Yeah.
So Nicole is reading Heartsick by Jessie Stevens. We're going to get on and talk more about the top 100. Tell us if you've seen the list. Now, if you want to see the list in its entirety, jump onto our website, betterreading.com.au. If you want to download this checkoff list, you can as well. That's available for you to do. Yeah. Cynthia says, hello, Cheryl and Jane. Kerry says, hi, ladies, love your work. Hi, Kerry. Hi. Elise is reading Shiva by Ali Reynolds. Leanne just finished and enjoyed The Jam Queens by Josephine Moon. We love Josephine. Linda, hello, ladies. Great to see you both. I've just made tea to celebrate. Great. Absolutely. Whatever you like to drink, and it's probably tea time. Yes, Nicole, I've dried off or drying off. Mary says hello. Natalie says, what's your favourite champagne, Cheryl and Jane? Well, today we decided to go for something Australian, not Australia, Clover Hill.
So if anyone from Clover Hill is watching.
Yeah, this isn't a sponsored post.
Yeah.
But a few years back, pre-COVID, I went to the Clover Hill Winery in Tasmania, and I thought that was an appropriate drink. But I also do love a bit of Moe, but I also like Crozer, which is also Australian. So they're my preferences.
I'll drink anything.
I will say this, champagne is my favourite drink. So if anybody is looking for birthday gifts, when my birthday comes up, champagne is the gift.
Absolutely.
Alison, reading Love Objects by Emily Maguire. Heavy stuff. Absolutely. We love Emily. Yvonne, hello, ladies. I've read of the books, reading Hidden Valley at the moment. Sally Ann, hi ladies, I'm reading False Memories by Dean Koontz. Jane Harvey, hello ladies, love this 100 book segment. Great, it's fantastic. Jane Ellery is reading Unmasked by Taria Pitt. What a beautiful young woman.
You did a podcast with her not long ago.
I did. And don't forget our podcast. I recorded a beautiful podcast with her. She's just such an inspiration. She's so easygoing. She's so low-key. She's raising her children with her beautiful husband, and they're just really, she gives so much back as well. Yeah. Remarkable person. Mary, currently reading Clean for the Peach Queen by Sasha Wesley. Hi, ladies. Just finished The Paris Library by, we talked about that, by Janet Skeesland Charles. Very good read. All right, you keep going. And
all right, well, let's talk about just quickly before we move into more of the titles for the top 100. Next week's event.
That matches my top.
It does, actually.
Yeah.
Especially the wet bit.
Especially the wet bit.
Yeah.
Because the wet bits have gone purple. Yeah. So
Rachel Johns next Wednesday night. And, of course, so many of you love Rachel. She's got 2 titles on the top 100. She is an absolute pro at, social media and stuff. So I think it's going to be a big event. So next Wednesday night for Rachel. And just want to talk about our book of the week this week. It's The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. And so many of you loved her previous book, which was The Flat Share. The Road Trip is just as good, if not better. And I love the cover. Isn't it beautiful?
And she was on last night.
And she was on last night. So go back. If you didn't see the event, go back and check it out.
Reggie says, hi, Jane and Cheryl. I'm reading Fiona Lowe's A Home Like Ours.
Oh, great.
We love Fiona. Teresa's just finished The Dictionary of Lost Words, a clever book. Now reading Dictionary of Lost Words came in, I think, at number 9. 8.
Yeah.
Number 8.
That's all right.
Number 8.
I'll just keep
Yeah. Number 8. Karen, hi, ladies. Currently reading and enjoying A Month of Sundays by Liz Bursky. Love Liz. Cynthia, Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead.
So reading that in the office at the moment.
Right, okay. Dixie just finished Lovesick and Bittersweet. Hello, ladies. I've read 31. Yay!
Wow, excellent.
Of the top 100 books.
And I want more numbers. Come on.
Yeah, more numbers. Reading Hidden Valley by Annie Seaton at the moment. Lee says, I love that you get to spread the word like this. We do. We just love to spread the word about good books. You know what I always say?
Unite.
You guys and us. Do you know what I always say? People have never asked me what not to read.
Yeah.
That's, this is what we're about. All people want to know is what to read, right? Yeah. And that's why we're here. Okay, Gail is reading the dressmaker of Yarrandurra Prison, and that's who's Meredith Jaff.
Yes,
the author.
You did a podcast with
I
her
did
recently.
do a podcast with her. I love the premise of that book. That's so lovely. Kerry just finished The Family Doctor by Deborah Oswald, a knockout.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know, I've said this before on this segment. It's Deborah's breakup book, isn't it?
Yeah, you've said that. Yep.
Tracy said she loves The List. It's so varied.
Yes.
Karen just finished Honeybee. What a fantastic read. Well, Honeybee's come in at number 7. Is that right?
Yep.
So there it is, Honeybee at number 7 of the top 100. What a fantastic read. I have read it before the best. Oh, yeah, you've read it before the vote.
Yeah.
It would have been her vote. I'm reading a preview book now. Am I allowed to say what it is? You are, Karen. Of course you are. You can tell us. Lee just finished You Need to Know by Nicola Moriarty, and that's good too. Wynne reading, now, this is, I've got a story about this. She's reading, and I'm going to try and pronounce it, but you've got the English translation, haven't you? This is a book by Anita Heiss, and this is the Aboriginal, or the Wiradjuri saying. Billa, Yara, Yunga, Lungdahura by Anita Heiss. Jane's recommendation. Everyone should read this book. I tell you, I was lucky enough. Oh, this is why I wasn't here last Thursday. Remember, I wasn't here because I went to Gundagai. And I went to Gundagai with my friend Dan, and we went to the Anita Heiss book launch. And I've told you about this, Jane. It was so wonderful. And it was held at the Gundagai Public Library, and there were so many Aboriginal elders there. There were people who were did Welcome to Country. I mean, Anita Heiss is learning the language, but she's still learning. But, the next day we went to Tumut Library, and there was a group of little kids that said Welcome to Country in what is it? The Wiradjuri language. Yeah, it was just extraordinary. But can I just say, the book is about, it's a historical fiction book, and it's about when the river flooded down in Gundagai and a whole lot of people lost their lives. But there was a group of Aboriginal people that saved so many lives, and a lot of them were white lives. And the descendants of those people were at the book launch. Yeah. It was just so extraordinary.
Yeah, I know only in the last couple of years they've put a statue to
and we saw that. We walked past it. I had such a wonderful trip. Yeah. So sorry I couldn't be with you, but I was there. Melissa said, hi, Jane, and welcome back, Cheryl. Dixie, Tracy, I'm reading Jasper Jones. Yes, well, Jasper Jones is definitely on the list. And I think Jasper Jones has been on the list all 7 years.
I don't think Jasper Jones is on the list this year.
Is it not on the list this year?
No, I think Honeybee.
Oh, Honeybee's on the list. Oh, wow. There you go. Well, this Jasper Jones was on the list for 6 years, and it's knocked off this year, but there you go. Great story. Oh, I didn't notice it.
We're so used to it being on the list, I guess. Yeah.
Karen, I have got my copy of the list, marking them off, what I've read, and that's great. Natalie, she's read about 20 on the list and have about 85 of them on my library shelves. Right. Wonderful, Natalie. And says, hi. So what else is happening? Do you want to talk about some of the classics on the list, Jane?
Yeah, well, what have we got? So, I think this is a classic. I think it can be, it is one of my favourite reads on the list. So it's hard to choose. It's like, choosing a child, but The Pillars of the Earth, Ken Follett, what a great read. And this has been on every year, and I think one of the things about the classics, we've got, number 35 is Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. They're on year after year, and it is so great to see that there's a turnover of, sort of books that have come out in the last year that you're putting on, like Honeybee, for example. But there's also these classics that are just on the list the whole time. And someone just before said how diverse the list is, and it really, really is. What else have we got on there that I'm excited? Oh, well, number 53 is The Hobbit.
Oh, yeah, there we go. What a classic.
Hasn't been off the list. Everyone still reads it. Great.
So Linda has said she loves Clover Hill Champagne, which is great. Natalie says Something in the Water by Catherine Steadman is what she's reading, and it's a page turner, despite being a touch corny. Cheryl, hello, Cheryl. From Cheryl, I just finished reading both of Todd Alexander's books. Love him. I had a good chuckle as well. Love him. We do love him as well. Alona just finished The Truth About Her by Jacqueline Maley. Loved it, and has started Debisa by Cindy Solinek, who did an event with us and a podcast and everything else. Yeah. Diane says, hello, ladies. I'm reading Meet You at Lennon's by Melanie Myers. Linda Lane. Yay. We're going to drink to Linda Lane. She won. Linda won the whole 100 books, and I have read some of them. I will pass them on, and looking forward to getting the ones that I haven't read. all would be used to spread the love of reading.
Tell us, Linda, are you buying new bookshelves for it? How are you going to actually, store 100 new books?
Yeah. A couple of you won. Now, just so you know, they come out. Each publisher sends their own books of the top 100, so you'll get many parcels. So it'll be like Christmas every day for a couple of months. And you won't start receiving them till about a month from now. That's how they work it. But anyway, congratulations, Linda. What a great prize. Shai's reading, I'm not sure what she's reading. Linda's reading, just finished The Other Side of Beautiful by Kim Locke. It's an amazing read, highly recommend. Sue says, thank you for the joy of books. Well, thank you to you, because we couldn't do it without our audience. Currently reading The Glitter Game by Judy Nunn. Now, I've seen Judy on the list.
Yes, Judy is so her last one, yeah.
Judy's definitely on the list. So there's that list.
She's always on the list too. And it's quite often it's a different book each time for her.
Cassie, How to Mend a Broken Heart is a fabulous read. Yvonne, she's read Rachel's book, so good. Tracy loves Rachel Johns. Karen almost finished The Trust by Chris Hammer, who is on the list. Is it for Trust? Anyway, he's definitely on the list because I saw him. So there's so many people there. Scrublands.
Which hasn't been off the list either since it was released.
Right. Really. Yeah. Natalie's saying, I loved it. Honeybee's even more amazing. So she's talking about Jasper Joan. Jeannie's reading Ordinary Grace. So Linda watched Beth O'Leary live event last night, and she was just gorgeous. Oh, you watched it today? Yeah. And Jan says Cheryl agreed to Kill a Mockingbird, my all-time favourite. It was her vote. Right. Okay, there you go. What else you got?
She got it on the list. Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I do want to give a shout out to Kyle Perry, who hit
debut
number 50.
Fiction.
Yeah, and there's a lot of debut authors on there. And, when you look at, like, you're adding up the debut authors, you're actually looking at Trent Dalton for Boy Swallows Universe and Holly Ringland for Lost Flowers of Alice Hart, because those have been on the list for a few years now, but, they were the author's first book. So so congratulations to Kyle. He has a new book coming out.
In July? Late July.
Yeah.
She doesn't trust me.
No.
I think it's July.
I think we're going to be doing a preview for it as well. So keep an eye out. Go and sign up for the newsletter if you're not already signed up. But congratulations to Kyle and his cat, because I always remember him
you always
doing
love
that.
his cat.
Yeah.
Dixie has read 25 on the list. Best I've ever done of the list.
Yes.
Congratulations. Tracy, I read 15, but own another 18. So you've got a little way to go.
And this is like an annual thing. You've got 12 months to see what the count is.
Karen has read 30 of the best so far.
Ooh,
wow, good one, Karen. Emma,
43.
She's just topped Karen, 43 of the top 100. Can't wait to read some more. Lee, The Family Doctor was amazing. Talk about unputdownable. Sarah, High reading Half-Life by Gillian Cantor. That's around somewhere in the office. Karen is reading the preview book Digging Up Dirt by Pamela Hart. Oh, we love Pamela. Do you know Pamela was a really early supporter of better reading back in the day? Yeah. When we first launched, which was, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 years ago now. Lisa, quick count. I think I've read 39 of the top 100. Tracy, Anita Heiss is on her to be read list. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, gosh. Wow. Elise has read 56 of the top 100. Yay. That's good. I think that deserves a bit of a shout. I think. Cheers to you. Cheers. What else have you got there? Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about Lauren Chater. I love Lauren.
Oh, I just want to give a shout out to a few of the Aussie authors on it, actually.
Yeah, go on.
But, this book did so well for us. Like, so many of our readers just, wrote in, told us how beautiful it was. Lauren Chater, Gulliver's Wife, and I still think it stands as one of the most stunning covers of last year.
It's beautiful.
So just it's a beautiful read. Trent Dalton, All Our Shimmering Skies and Boy Swallows Universe both made it onto the list. So, going gangbusters there, isn't he? But, and we all loved this book as well. Yeah. Tanya Blanchard. I mean, how popular is she? And she just, every single year, Letters from Berlin is sitting at number 24. on the list.
Okay, so we've got Cynthia, who's read 34 of the 100. Richa, Cheryl and Jane, Cheers. I'm currently reading Eleanor Oliphant. It's completely fine. Loving it so far. Anne has read 41.
Wow,
I know, right? Cynthia, in between books at the moment, I have a stack to read but can't choose which one. Oh, well, watch this video over again. You'll find it. Love the Hobbit, made grade 8 reader a long time ago. Catherine's reading When We Run the Tides, fascinating story. Alona has read 53.
Wow.
Yeah. Anne Parrott has read 41 of the top 100, currently reading the Dictionary of Lost Words.
Yep.
And Elizabeth is missing. Wow, there's so many people. Natalie's at 3/4 of the way through a wonderful Those Hamilton Sisters.
I loved that book. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think this might be it for our segment today.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. We love to chat with you. Keep the conversation going, keep going amongst yourself. Tell us your number. If you want to get this, there's a downloadable version on our website, so just jump on and print it off.
Yes.
If you don't have a colour printer, it works perfectly well in black and white.
And can I say there is one to print and check off the numbers that you've written.
Yes, there's a little
and there is
box.
a separate one that is a high print version if librarians want to, or booksellers want to download
if you're a librarian out there. So, hey, don't forget to check out the Weekend Australian every week, notable books. And listen, I got my vaccine done yesterday. So I went out, if you live in Sydney, I went out to the Homebush Centre. Their little setup there. The huge setup there. And it was so easy to do. Got it done yesterday. No side effects.
I feel very comfortable sitting close to an owl.
Yeah, there you go. You don't have to worry about it. But really, go out and get vaccinated as well.
Yeah.
And, hopefully the same time this year, we'll be out and about a little bit more. Okay, take care, everyone. Until next time.
And thanks for voting.